Hello everyone. I am going to do the random questions tag, and I was tagged by Stacey. How do you make up 73? I think I got that right. Thank you, Stacey. This is my first tag, and as you guys can probably tell, I am a little nervous. I don't know why. Why am I so nervous? I come on here, I do vlogs, I do purse videos, whatever. I don't know, because I think, well, not like my vlogs are not personal, but I don't know. I guess I'm just, it's tags, so you're supposed to just come up with the answers, and I'm going to feel like I'm put on the spot. I'm not good at thinking on my feet, so. Pardon me for the way I look. I worked from home today. It's not a day to get all gussied up. I save that for the days I have to go to the office. All right, so let's get on with this, and I am tired. Number one, how did you pick your YouTube name? Well, my YouTube name used to be my real name, and I was called out by Leanne Live. It was the first time anybody ever mentioned my name or said anything about me in one of their videos, and I was like, oh my God, she mentioned my name. It was really actually kind of cool. So she said that I was the only person ever on YouTube to be using my real name. I think this is crooked, guys, because if you could only see where I have this propped up, it is sitting on my purse. It's on a new bag, actually. And it's kind of crooked. Okay, I hope that's better. As if that helps the bags. I don't think it does. But anyway, so she told me that I was the only person ever in the history of YouTube to be using my real name. And so I thought to myself, if I really want to be more anonymous and start making videos, then maybe I should put in a name that nobody would know. And then maybe I would feel better about making videos. Because at that point in time, I had not made any videos. I was too afraid to be discovered, which I had been already afterward, but anonymous or not. So I changed my name to, and this is always confusing to everybody. Nobody knows what it is. It's capital I, lowercase j, capital H, which are my initials, and 67 for the year I was born. Yes, I said it. The year I was born in the 1960s. But that's what it is. I better get on with this or this is going to be long, like everything else I do here. Number two, if you could change your name, what would it be and why? Well, this is a good one. I don't know. I never really thought about changing my name, at least not as an adult. As a kid, I hated my name because it was never pronounced correctly in school. The teachers called me Ivana, Ivana. It really is Ivana, but Ivana was the one I hated the worst. And so I think as a kid I wanted a name that was more common, like, maybe Susan or Karen or Laura was my friend, and Anne was my best friend too. And those two names, they were just so easy and simple, and nobody ever mispronounced them. So yeah, I like the name Ava, like Ava Gabor, and I like the name Francesca, and to be shortened to Frankie. Olivia's a beautiful name. So I guess what it comes down to is, if I were to choose another name, it would be another uncommon name. So I might as well stick with my own. Number three, if you could go back in time, what advice would you give yourself and why? I think I would have told myself to be more independent at a young age. I had a boyfriend in high school. I was so attached, and I was so like clingy and dependent. Like I couldn't be on my own. So I think, and that continued on in my early adulthood, and I think I would have made some better decisions in my life had I not felt that need to be clingy to someone and to be more independent and to be okay on my own. So I think that would be some advice I would have given myself as a young person. I think that would have really maybe helped me into my adulthood at an earlier age. Of course, now, at this age, we learn it all. We are much, much, much more comfortable in our skins, and I just wish I had a little more of that earlier in life. So yeah. Number 4, how old were you when you blew your first bubble? I was probably about, I don't know, 5 or 6 maybe. We hung out with our friends. We chewed all the, the Bub's Daddy gum and the Hubba Bubba, and, going to the corner store and buying gum and everything, candy was cheap and stuff like that. So yeah, we were blowing bubbles. Yeah, we did all that stuff. What did you want to be when you were little? I wanted to be a cruise director, like Julie on The Love Boat. The Love Boat was one of my favorite shows. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to work on a cruise ship. And if I had my way today, I probably would still want to do that. Number 5, what did you want to be when you were little? I already said that one. Number 6, what do you order from Starbucks? Nothing. I don't go to Starbucks because the coffee is just too strong for me. I like a weaker coffee because I drink it black, and if it's too strong, it's just way too bitter. And actually right now I'm not drinking any coffee. I'm drinking my Dandy Blend herbal beverage that tastes similar to coffee, and I like it, and I drink teas. So I don't really ever go to Starbucks unless I go with a friend, and when I did go, I ordered the blonde coffee, which is a lighter roast, and it's, easier to go down black. So yeah, that is the Starbucks thing. And as far as anywhere else, I don't go anywhere else to buy anything either. I mean, I just make everything at home. I know, boring. What's the hardest you've ever laughed? Okay, I laugh hard a lot. My husband is one of the funniest people I know. He's always making me laugh, which is not always a good thing. There has to be balance between serious and laughter. He tends to go on the laughter side all the time. But I will have to say the time that I laughed, it may not have been the hardest, but it was the time that I had the hardest time not laughing and the hardest time stopping myself from laughing, which I think maybe goes hand in hand with this. He has sleep apnea, so he was getting his sleep machine delivered for the first time, and the nurse came to deliver it, and we were all sitting around the kitchen table, and he was getting his lesson on how to use everything. And I know, this was the worst time to be laughing, but he was trying on the equipment. He had the nose thing on, and he had the whole strap on his head, and the nurse was just explaining to him how everything worked and how he had to wear it, and he was just sitting there with this intent look on his face, trying to take it all in like the perfect student. And I think it was the first time I really ever saw him like this, and it just made me laugh, and I couldn't stop. And I couldn't leave the room. I had to sit there and take notes and listen, because he's going to forget everything she teaches him. So, he's sitting there with this thing on, and he's just looking so serious and going, And all I could do was sit there and laugh, and I couldn't stop. I was trying so hard not to laugh, but I couldn't. And even the nurse was telling me that I shouldn't laugh. This isn't funny, this is a serious thing. and he got all mad me too. Oh my God. He was so mad at me. He was so mad at me. Um, but I couldn't help it. I just couldn't help it. Oh gosh. It was, and you know what? I need to say this one because this is how I'll know if he's watching my videos, because he's going to have to say something to me for mentioning this on video. So this is how I'll know if he's creeping on my videos. Okay, I have to get that out of my head because I'm already starting to cry here. All right, what number was that? Okay. Now, if you could play any instrument and why, that would have to be the saxophone, because I think the saxophone just sounds so sexy. You know, it's that kind of just that music for that mood. And I always loved the sound of it. I did play the clarinet for about, I don't know, a couple months when I was in, I believe, 4th grade. You know, when they come in with the instruments and they say, which one do you want to play? And you pick an instrument and you try it out, and then you drop it because you don't want to practice and you're a lazy kid and all that. So I gave up on that, and I really never took up any other instrument other than that. But I think it would have to be the saxophone. Yeah, I love saxophone music. Number 9, favorite thing to do when you're upset. Well, I typically just try to do something to take my mind off of what I'm upset about. I'm not the type to sit there and work it out and all that. No, I'm the type to just get my mind off of it. You know, distraction. That's what I do. So I watch TV, I get wrapped up in a good show or a good movie, or the internet. I go on YouTube, or I go on the Purse Forum. Yeah, that's what I do. It's pretty bland, isn't it? I mean, I don't journal, I don't sit there and work out my feelings. No, I watch TV, I get my mind off of my feelings. I bury them deep, and then they get dredged up at some point, and it comes out. But yeah, that's how I have to get over things. Number 10, favorite movie. That's a hard one, because I like a lot of movies that I see, and then I forget them about 2 weeks after I see them. So I have no clue. I can't even remember what would be my favorite movie. There is one that's kind of a classic for me. Probably 2. And these go way back. And because I love these kinds of movies, singing and dancing and all that stuff. So I would have to say, my favorite movie from when I was a kid, we went to see this in 5th grade with all my girlfriends, Grease. That probably dates me. And the next one that takes me back, not quite as far, but Dirty Dancing. And Patrick Swayze, oh gosh. It's such a great loss, really is. So yeah, probably those 2, and I'm sure when I get off of here I'm going to think of so many more, but those are the 2 that probably I liked the best and watched more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, and that, you know, my mind always goes back to. So I think those will probably be it. 11, food I can't live without. Well, I'm pretty good at living without my favorite foods now because I'm on the detox, and so I would have to say that through life I could probably live without every food. But I'll just say my favorite foods. When I have a choice to go out or to order in or whatever, it's going to be Giordano's stuffed pizza. And that thick with cheese and crust, and mostly cheese, fresh tomato on the top. Usually we just get sausage because my husband doesn't like any vegetables on it, so I just get whatever he likes, and it's okay with me, but I do like mushrooms on there too. I'm already meshing this into another question, so I'm sorry about that. So it will have to be Giordano's stuffed pizza or my mom's goulash, which is just, you know, had been a staple in my life growing up, and I love it. I love it. I could eat that and her dumplings and drenched in gravy for days. So, favorite dessert? Probably ice cream, any kind. I like ice cream. I love ice cream. And I guess if it wasn't ice cream, I would go with something fancier, maybe like tiramisu. I love tiramisu. Oh gosh, it's so good. Good, good, good. Okay, so favorite pizza topping. Here we go. I already said it. Sausage and mushroom, probably. And I like veggies on there too, but you know, I like a good, probably flavorful, greasy meat on there as well. I'm a meat person, I guess. I just am. That's what I grew up with. So it will have to be that probably. 14. Would you rather be invisible or read minds? Hands down, invisible. Half the time I feel like I'm invisible because I'm more or less a wallflower when I'm in a room. I don't talk much. I just stand aside and yeah, I wouldn't want to read minds because I wouldn't want to know what people are thinking. I'm too self-conscious for that, and I would not have a thick enough skin to know. So invisible, because then I can actually go into a group setting and not feel so nervous if people didn't have to see me standing there not talking to anyone. So I say invisible, hands down. Let's see. Sorry. 15. What did you do on your last birthday? I have no idea. My birthday was back in October, and who can remember that far back? And I guess it wasn't very interesting, or else I would remember. Typically, you know, it's just, we might have ordered food in, my kids were here maybe, and it was nothing like having a birthday cake or anything like that, which is what I'm fine with. I don't like to celebrate my birthday anymore. It's like any other day for me. I don't expect presents. I don't get presents. I buy them for myself, so it's kind of anticlimactic with that, but I'm always happy to get myself a new purse. Okay, let's see. Number 16. What would your... Oh, this is the question that Piper in Pippi's Palace said was different than what Stacey said in her tag. I think Stacey had a question like, what does OMGWWKPP mean, or something like that? And I'm going to say I have no idea what that means. Oh my God, OMGWW, I don't know. You could probably make anything up for those letters, so I guess I'll go with what Piper said. What would your Pokemon name be, and what would she look like? I think was the question. My boys were big into Pokemon back in the day, and I had no idea, because I don't remember. They were funky looking little characters, and I guess mine would this isn't going to be as good as what Piper said, okay? So, I'm just going to warn you. I don't know. Kambuka? I have no idea. I don't even know what their names were, or how I would even come up with a name. So, yeah, it would be that. And, you know, I guess she would have to probably be wearing, I don't know, pink or light purple. Oh, or black. You know, I like black. And she would be carrying a beautiful Dooney. That would have to be a requirement. So that concludes my tag, guys. I know it was probably not that exciting, but I did it, my first tag. And maybe now I can break the ice and do some more, because there have been some ones I wanted to do, and I just have really not gotten around to it. So I'm going to tag, and if I'm repeating somebody who's already gotten tagged, then disregard, and you know, if you're going to do it anyway. If you're not going to do it, don't do it. It's all up to you guys. Okay, so Miss ThePecanTannedBeauty, I tag you. I tag Diamond76 and Karla T, and I tag Nicole Novo, Mrs. Q, And how many people can I tag? I think you already got tagged, Miss Maya&Luna, Marky. But if you didn't, I tag you too. Because I love watching your videos and I would love to see another one from you. That goes for all you guys. And Deb Storybags, I tag you too. I hope you're doing okay because I haven't seen a video from you in a long time. And I just hope everything's going okay. I know you were having some knee issues. I believe it was your knee. So, yeah, you guys, if you feel like doing this tag, please do. If you don't feel like it, don't sweat it. And then I tag anybody else who's watching this and feels like doing this tag. And thank you so much, Stacey. Stacey, how do you make up 73 for tagging me? I appreciate it. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.